Here are my top 5 performances from last week. We'll kick things off with Nutella Fella. Lightly raced 4-year-old Nutella Fella won the 2023 Grade 1 Hopeful at Saratoga at 54-1. Since then, he ran third in the Grade 1 Woody Stevens last year, and then second in a comeback race at Tampa in January. So, very lightly raced 4-year-old. He was a little bit bottled up in the stretch in Saturday's Pelican Stakes, but managed to get up by a neck when things opened up late, scoring with an 83 buyer. Be interesting to watch. Couple of stakes wins, lightly raced. Interesting to watch what the future holds. Trainer Gary Contessa says he's hoping for an invitation to the April 5th Golden Shaheen in Dubai, but if not there, they'll point to the Carter at Aqueduct on the same day. Colloquial was very impressive last Friday in a comeback race. He debuted in June with a near miss behind subsequent Grade 3 winner Menti. Colloquial had been off since that start back in June last year, so it was a big effort in return. He earned a 106 buyer, the highest for any 3-year-old this year. The Friday race was 6 furlongs, and trainer George Weaver said they'll stick to one-turn races, pointing towards the Grade 1 Woody Stevens at 7 furlongs on June 7th. Up at Saratoga. John Hancock, impressive in only start number 2. He won the Sam Davis at Tampa in stakes record time, although only garnered an 85 buyer, but it was a gutsy performance and only his second career start, ding-donging all the way around with the more experienced Owen Almighty. Trainer Brad Cox said the spacing was likely too close to make the Tampa Bay Derby, but races a little bit later on, like the Arkansas Derby, Florida Derby, even the Bluegrass of the Wood Memorial might turn out to be a next spot for John Hancock. We'll give a nod to a couple coming out of the Damon Runyon at Aqueduct for New York breds. The undefeated Sand Devil was the 1-5 favorite and did manage to keep the record perfect, but he had to work for it. The Linda Rice-trained Sand Devil received a 93 buyer and looks to be pointed to the March 1st $300,000 Grade 3 Gotham Stakes. But hey, give credit to National Identity. His close-up second labels him as a New York bred that also should contend with Open Company sooner rather than later. And finally, we'll look at a 3-year-old filly. I thought Lacara in her seasonal debut looked pretty good down at Tampa, winning the Suncoast with an 83 buyer. First, let's take a look at the break and the poor start by number 4, Her Laugh. I like the winner here, Lacara, but give a watch to the late run by number 4, Her Laugh, after that bad break. Lacara, though, trained by Mark Casse, won the Pocahontas last September at Churchill, then ran 5th in the Breeders' Cup after the win on Saturday. Trainer Mark Casse said he was disappointed with that Breeders' Cup effort, but clearly happy with the comebacker. A nice 3-year-old debut and a solid 6-length victory. Casse said he'll use the Grade 2 Devona Dale at Gulfstream on March 1st to get to the Grade 1 Ashland to Keeneland on April 4th, and then hopefully on to the Kentucky Oaks for Lacara. They're your top 5 performances, in my eyes, from last weekend. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, and comment.